Despite it being the holidays, I have an awful lot of revision to pack in for medical school. Now, this routine helps me optimise the amount of work I can get in, but also still time to relax and look after myself physically and mentally. We all know starting the day right is so important, and for me, that includes getting up and straight out of bed at the same time of 7 or half 7 every day to set a good body clock. I then never go on my phone until after I've had breakfast and I'm up and ready for the day to avoid wasting any time aimlessly scrolling on social media. And instead, I like to have my breakfast watching a podcast or something relaxing at the same time as time blocking and planning each hour of the day ahead. Hello my loves, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we have some much needed study motivation. It is currently the first week of my Easter holidays. We get 2 weeks off, and you might be thinking, Anna, what are you doing? It's still at university. But that is because the majority of my holiday needs to be filled with revision for my end of year exams for my third year of medical school. I can't quite believe we have made it this far, but these are my first clinical exams, so a very different style of exam and also an awful lot to learn. Trust me, I'm stressing about the amount there is to fit in this brain. However, we all know how hard it can be to motivate yourself to work during the holidays, so I thought I would bring you all along for my little study routine at the moment, and then I'm actually going back home next week as well to break up my revision, but I'm going to stick to a very similar pattern. I try to get in about 7 hours, plan in some nice activities with my friends, get myself to the gym and just look after myself overall, because there's no point cramming and then being completely burnt out by the time we get to exams. So that is our plan of action at the moment. I'm about to get on with my first hour of revision for today. I'm going to work here this morning and then head over to the library this afternoon, because a change of scenery is one of my most important tips. Now, if you're not new here, you'll know just how much I love my forest timer to motivate me throughout the day. This simple app grows trees for each stint of revision you do, and if you stop the timer before the tree is grown, it's going to die, which is absolutely heartbreaking, trust me, and helps you get through that extra push of revision. I'm not going to go into exactly how I've planned all my revision, because I have a whole separate video on this which I'll link above, but every day I start off at doing all my due Anki flashcards on the topics that I've already covered, which are currently all of my gastrointestinal ones. I then had to squeeze in some extra editing to get these videos out for you, which can be a little hard to juggle during exam season and such a busy time, so a sneaky plug for any support on today's video, just giving it a thumbs up or subscribing if you haven't already. It really would mean the world. So it's nearly 11 and I've now got what I call a cabin fever, which is what I get when I work in my room too much. So I'm about to head over to the medical school for a change of scenery. I get like this even when I'm at home as well. I think it's really good to change up the environment you're working from, and it just makes me feel so much more refreshed when I get there. So I'm going to get my meal prep out of the fridge and head over there for lunch and do a little bit of work over there before as well. Getting out my room and working from the library, it really is a key to keep me going throughout the day. So after finding my favourite spot at the medical school, I then finished off the rest of my due Anki flashcards. Interestingly, recently I've stopped listening to any music, including instrumental, whilst I'm working. I saw a study saying students who revise in silence perform better, and after some adjustment I've actually found it really helpful and noticed a big improvement in my revision so far. After my delicious meal prep tofu stir fry, which if you want some more recipes on what I'm eating during exams, definitely let me know. I then did a very quick mindfulness meditation before I went back to work in the afternoon, which is another really important change I've made recently. Prioritising looking after your mental health during exam season is key, because you can't expect your brain to work its best if you're not looking after it. And I'm so excited to say today's sponsor is actually Aura, the all-in-one app for mindfulness and well-being. Now, I absolutely love Aura because you can find and save a playlist with so many different tracks for anything you're wanting to work on, from sleep to yoga, gratitude, and at the moment I like to listen to one at lunch for focus and a different one in the evening to wind down. Just taking as little as 5 minutes to breathe and repeat some positive manifestations can massively switch your mindset and helps you keep on top of your emotions through what can be a very stressful time. Now make sure to use the link in my description box today for a free trial and 25% off an Aura membership to find thousands of tracks tailored to you. I then crack back on with an afternoon of new content, which this week has been dedicated to the heart. So I use my reverse note-taking method to study coronary artery disease as well as 4 other topics before doing a couple of hours of those dreaded PASMED questions, which if you're a medical student you'll know all about, and the love-hate relationship I have with this platform already. But if you don't know, it's basically a huge question bank with a really good textbook and tracks your performance. But getting over 50% of the questions right is a very good day. So after hitting a whopping 50%, I then decided to call it a day and head back home. So it's just gone 7:30 and I just got back in from the medical school, and I think I'm even going to struggle to string a sentence together because my brain is so frazzled from the day. I am doing one of my hardest topics this week, which is cardio and the heart, because A, I don't like it, and B, it's a very confusing organ of our bodies. But we're getting there. I feel like we're making progress and I am feeling really happy with everything that we've done today, but I need to stop because I am shattered. I'm literally shattered. The good thing about doing practice questions early is that it's a really efficient way of learning, and I really feel like it pushes me a lot to do active revision. However, it does work my brain so hard and I'm almost not used to it. But anyway, I'm gonna go and get some dinner now because I'm absolutely starving, and then show you all my proper little relaxing evening routine that I do during exam season. It's so important to keep fueling your body with healthy foods during exam season because we all feel better not living off takeaways or ready meals. And as you will probably know, I have a huge obsession with hummus. So as a very comforting but still nutritious dinner, I had a big Buddha bowl of falafels, hummus, carrots and cauliflower rice. Now whilst the falafels were cooking, I made my overnight oats, so this was all ready to grab out of the fridge for the next day. I then headed up to my room for a very important relaxing evening because without a good night routine, it's so hard to get a proper rest and switch your brain off to feel refreshed and optimised for a full day of revision all over again. So I first get into my pyjamas to make a physical switch of clothes into something more comfortable and relaxing, then have a hot shower, wash my face and do all my skincare before always making the time to do some yoga, or tonight I just did 15 minutes of positive affirmations from the Aura app to really switch off. So it's just gone 10 o'clock and me and Duck are finally all ready to go to bed. I honestly cannot wait to get to sleep tonight. I'm absolutely shattered, but we need a good night before we do it all over again tomorrow. I am just quickly going to write down some of my thoughts in my journal. Yes, another thing to look after my mental health, but I honestly think during exam season there is nothing more important than still prioritising, checking in with how you're feeling, else everything can very easily just build up, and that is what we don't want. Having complete meltdowns during exam season is such a waste of your energy, and you're so much better keeping on top of it as you go along. So after that I'm going to read my book and then get off to sleep. I would actually really recommend this book. When I first started it I wasn't too sure because it is one of the harder books I've read for a while, in terms of it's just a better book basically. I do like to read very light books, but it's really good, and I'm about halfway through now and I'm hooked. But I am also the slowest reader just because every time I go to read my brain is completely frazzled, so I read really slowly, but it helps me go to sleep, and there is literally not a more relaxing way to get to bed. But yeah, that is my day complete and my full little exam revision routine at the moment. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you do want more study videos, and let me know any other exam season content you want to see, and good luck anyone with exams coming up. We're all gonna smash them together, and I'll see you all so soon in the next one. Bye.